Vincennes has seen the number of outdoor events increase in recent years. Spring on Main and food trucks on the Riverwalk bring folks out.
That means more people out walking. But not everywhere in the small town is ready to take on more foot traffic. News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan explains how the city is working on changing that.
The Riverwalk here in Vincennes is a good place to stretch your legs or get some cardio in. But not everywhere here in town is this walker friendly. Good weather has become the trend in Knox County recently. That means people have been putting on their walking shoes, whether it's the Riverwalk or Gregg Park. But sometimes the path isn't so easy and clear to walk.
We've got areas around our schools, we've got areas around our parks, but then we also have a lot of high traffic areas and businesses that people might go to and that they're at a lot.
One example of these high traffic areas is on Washington Avenue. It's one of many areas that the Vincennes City Council looks to improve for walkers. The first issue Vincennes plans to address is adding more crosswalks.
Crosswalks is kind of one of the first things that's easily noticeable, and we want to make things safer for people to be able to get to areas.
The effort is being led by a 3-member city council committee. Vincennes hopes to make better sidewalks and crosswalks. The first city also hopes to make more community connections.
I want to get to a park easier. I want to be able to walk my kid to a school, or I want to be able to get to a grocery store or a place of business that I know, and we want to make sure that that's safer.
The council is asking for help from the community. They ask that folks reach out and let them know of areas that need extra help, all to make sure that the city is better connected and safer to get out and walk.
It's about the community as a whole. How do we strengthen those bonds of the community, make it exciting for the people coming in and for the people here? That's our whole goal in everything that we look at.
We've placed a link to the Vincennes City Council Facebook page on our webpage, WTHI-TV.com. Just click on this story. In Vincennes, Gary Bryan, News 10.
Morel mushroom hunting is a tradition in the Wabash Valley. While we're reaching the end of the mushroom hunting season, it's not too late for a last-minute hunt. Maybe even take mom out for a Mother's Day hunt this Sunday. That's a unique idea. As you can see here, many of our viewers have found mushroom hot spots. Today, we spoke to the Vigo County Parks and Recreation Department Superintendent about where people have been hunting within Vigo County.
We've had people walking through Hawthorne Park with bags and combing the grounds for a month or better now, looking for mushrooms. Some more successful than others, but we've got a lot of acreage out there for people to enjoy.
Again, it's reaching the end of mushroom hunting season, so get out and hunt while they're still available.
Officials tell us there are more kids in foster care than there are homes available. This means children in the Wabash Valley are in need of foster care parents. May is Foster Care Month to create awareness. To become a foster parent, you have to go through 20 hours of training. Officials tell us you can do that online. The Village's foster care service tells News 10 fostering isn't any different from parenting your own child.
We do really try and limit the amount of trauma and change that we put these kids through. It gives them the best shot of stability.
If you're interested in becoming a foster parent, we have more information about the process on our website. That's WTHI-TV.com.
You may be looking for somewhere to go to enjoy your breakfast favorites. Coming up, we'll tell you about a popular place that's opening its doors again. Plus,
this is what I love. This is why I'm here.
High school is more than reading, writing, and arithmetic. For this Golden Apple winner, teaching teenagers is more about helping them find their passion. Coming up next, you'll see how a special teacher in Clay County is literally shaping lives and careers. You're watching News 10. It's coverage you can count on.
You're watching the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast, News 10. Closed captioning is sponsored by Terre Haute Chevrolet for the best value and the best experience.
When your equipment's down, at Crow Equipment, we know it's important to get back to work fast and affordably. We take pride in getting you your refurbished Caterpillar parts quickly while saving you money. Complete machines too. The bigger the part, the bigger the savings. Call Crow Equipment today.
Your family puts a lot of hard work and TLC into your house, so it looks great and stays in tip-top condition. Just like you, the CenterPoint Energy team is always hard at work maintaining the integrity of our pipeline system for the continued safe and reliable delivery of natural gas. As members of the local community, it's important for us to keep you comfortable and secure. And thank you for driving safely around our CenterPoint Energy crews around town and in your neighborhood.
At Houston, we believe you shouldn't pay too much for general maintenance. Full synthetic oil change, only $39.95, and now a full wheel alignment, only $69.95. Call and make your appointment today because I want to hear you say hi at a Fix at Houston.
Bats are a nuisance, and they do damage. It takes just a 3/8 inch gap anywhere on your home to allow them access. At Langman's Wildlife, we can seal those gaps, no matter the location, and our Bat Standards certified technicians will professionally and humanely remove the bats and restore your attic or crawl space to a guano-free zone. If you've got a bat problem, call Langman's Wildlife and Pest Control at 866-399-1403 anytime.
You're dreaming of that hot tub you've always wanted. Employee pricing year-round at Hydrotherapy Hot Tubs makes that possible. We encourage you to shop, but we're proud of our price match guarantee. Already have that dream tub? Just need some work? We pride ourselves on our fast service with the only factory-certified technicians in Terre Haute. So take a second to get a second opinion. Come see us at Hydrotherapy Hot Tubs, Terre Haute.
TV 10's Community Calendar is sponsored by Riddell National Bank.
This is Golden Apple Week at News 10. Our next winner teaches her students a saying she tries to emulate. Find a career you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Michelle Rue at Northview High School has been doing a job she loves for the last 24 years. And as you'll see, she's shaping students' lives and future careers. Michelle Rue. Hi.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Patrice Dayton from News 10. It is my pleasure to give to you a 2021 Golden Apple Award. Congratulations.
It's your time to sell yourself. You don't toot your horn, nobody else is going to toot it.
Michelle Rue teaches 9th through 12th grade Family and Consumer Sciences at Northview High School in Brazil, Indiana. This is her preparing for college and careers class. On this day, the students are prepping for job interviews.
Yeah, it's your turn to show who you are. It's your turn to shine, right?
Learning how to sell themselves, controlling their body language, focusing on the positive.
Now remember, what are you going to be aware of? Your posture, your body language.
Each student is paired with a partner. One is the CEO of the company, the other is getting interviewed. Role-playing important life lessons.
What could you do to improve that, though? Think about it.
The kids also learn entrepreneurship. They have to come up with their own business, complete with logo and pricing. Mrs. Rue's also in charge of the class Introduction to Teaching. Students earn college credit, even get hands-on experience in front of the classroom.
They tell me what grade level or what discipline they're interested in. Then I pair them with a host teacher. So they get to be out in the field working. They do over 200 hours per the academic year out on site with teachers. I love going out and seeing my students interact with their students.
And her third curriculum focus is interior design. She worked professionally in interior design and architecture before pivoting to education, so she's able to give the students real-world insight. A project-based class where students learn to design their dream home, then bring it to life by building a model of the house.
They learn about real-life things like what it takes to rent an apartment, how to purchase a home.
Michelle Rue's classes literally shape lives. Senior Cassidy Atkinson loved her interior design course so much, she's been accepted into the program at Indiana State University after graduation.
She does a lot for students, even students she doesn't have. Of course, with masks now, you can't really see it, but she would always smile in the hallways at everyone. And that can really change someone's day.
She is just kind, caring, and friendly, and that translates very well to our students.
Michelle Rue has been dedicated to students the last 24 years, all at Northview High School. She told us winning a Golden Apple Award was her ultimate career goal. She says she's lucky enough to be doing what she loves, teaching young people what's out in the world so they too can find their passion. A special thank you to photojournalist Tony Casasilla for his hard work on our stories. Tomorrow, we present our 5th and final Golden Apple for this year.
Well, let's check in now with Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Orpert, who's tracking a line of storms moving through the Wabash Valley.
They are a run drill. It's probably not going to storm all night, but we have another few hours before the storms eventually leave the area. Take a look now at today's numbers, and when we come back, I'll take a look at the Storm Team 10 Storm Tracker and tell you what is going on right now. Stay tuned. You're watching News 10 at 6 on WTHI. Coverage you can count on.
Storm Team 10's 7-day forecast is sponsored by Andrew Southern Realtor.
The ultimate way to make your home stand out. At Interior and Exterior Custom Designs, we create ceilings with unique 3D stone tiles to give that historic, classy look. Custom work to make your room unique to you. Set your home apart with the Property Pro. Call for your quote today.
Experience matters when you're choosing a personal injury lawyer. It's not enough to just know the law or promise to fight insurance companies. While other firms might talk a big game, Blackburn & Green has trial experience all across the state, spanning more than 30 years. The insurance companies know it, and so do your friends and neighbors. Just ask them, because experience matters. Be smart. Call Blackburn & Green today.
American Eagle Auto Glass does the job right. With over 30 years in business, American Eagle Auto Glass is the Valley's #1 recommended shop by insurance and dealerships. For quality glass replacement you can trust, call American Eagle Auto Glass. Clearly the right choice.
Now, more than ever, stress is wreaking havoc on our daily lives. Did you know that regular hot tubbing is medically proven to reduce stress? The warm water and the gentle massage of a hot tub reduces stress and soothes aches and pains. Plus, you can enjoy more time with your loved ones and get a restful night's sleep. If you would like to become a hot tubber, go to backyardleisure.com and schedule your hot tub wellness consultation today. I'm Josh with Backyard Leisure. Hot tub, you need it.
I know you have questions, so here it is.
A new Clarice tonight, 10/9 Central, or stream anytime on CBS.
News 10 is sponsored by DorsetAutomotive.com. See the Dorset advantage today. The Storm Team 10 Storm Tracker is sponsored by Terre Haute Savings Bank. Coverage you can count on continues with Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Orpert. Awarded the AMS seal of approval by the American Meteorological Society.
This photo was sent in to the station just a little while ago as lightning blasted a tree in the north part of Terre Haute as some of these storms were rolling through. Didn't have a whole lot of lightning with this, but boy, that one tree sure did get it. And so thank you for that picture there. And we still have the possibility of lightning and thunder throughout the course of the evening, although the intensity of the storms seems to be calming down just a little bit. What's happening is a cold front is going through. So let's take the tour here with the Storm Team 10 Storm Tracker as the storms now move out of Park County, but still quite a lot of area of rain and storms here in Clay County, Illinois, or Clay County, Indiana. Then back over here into Vigo County, I have light rain here at the television station. You know what occurs to me when I just checked outside the Storm Team 10 back door, because we have just a lightening of the clouds and so on, it's not impossible that there could be some rainbows tonight. So what you want to do is put your back to the west and look to the east, and maybe you'll see a rainbow. So here we have some little scattered showers and some thunderstorms. No watches or warnings are in effect at this time, though some of these storms are still packing a little bit of a punch down here just across the river down, well, around to the north of Miram, actually. And so then we get into Crawford County, Illinois, down into Lawrence County, Illinois, and also into Jasper County. Over here about 45 minutes ago, we had a tornado warning in effect for Flora, and actually just a little bit to the southeast of Flora. All of these storms are moving to the southeast at about 45 miles per hour. And so eventually this is going to move out of here and give way to a clearing sky and a chilly night tonight. An overnight low tonight could get down to about 40 degrees or so. So it's going to be a cold night tonight. Cold when you consider it's May, so a very chilly night tonight. Here's a look at the futurecast. See how the rain moves out of here. Midnight tonight, the sky clears. We get into 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then throughout the course of the day tomorrow, after a cold front goes through. And tomorrow's going to be a pretty nice day. However, you have just enough of an instability in the atmosphere for the possibility of a stray shower or two. So I'm going to include the possibility of a stray shower in the forecast, especially for tomorrow afternoon into the very early evening hours tomorrow night. Just a spotty, isolated stray shower. Don't be surprised if that happens. Here's Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Here's 6 o'clock on Friday evening. Then we get into Saturday. Saturday for the first part of the day is okay, but we get further into the day and then the possibility of more rain into Saturday night, into Sunday. Friday is okay, 65. Saturday, a little chance of rain later in the day and a much better chance of rain as we get into Saturday night and Sunday. Could be a lot of rain, as a matter of fact. Forecast for tonight, an overnight low drops down to 40 degrees. Showers and storms, clearing and chilly for the low. And then for tomorrow, a high of 65. Not a bad day really, but a few stray showers are possible. They'll just kind of be just pester you a little bit. West-northwest breeze gusting to 25, so kind of breezy. And then for tomorrow night, again clear and chilly. 40 degrees for the overnight low, and the 7-day forecast, well, it looks like we're going to get into a rainy weekend, especially Saturday later in the afternoon into Saturday night into Sunday. Actually, a very good chance of rain, and in some cases, it could be some heavier rain. So tonight's Dorset Automotive Weather Quiz brought to you by Dorset Ford over in Marshall. Today is the anniversary of the Hindenburg disaster, you know, the dirigible, the airship. So anyhow, some believe the Hindenburg airship disaster on this day in 1937 was caused by lightning. Is that true or is that false?
Storm Team 10's Pollen Count is sponsored by Andrews Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hello, I'm Kevin Orpert, inviting WTHI-TV viewers to join me on a tour to America's southwestern national parks, September the 25th to October the 4th. We'll explore the Red Rocks Arches, experience the immense south rim of the Grand Canyon, dramatic scenery of Zion, and towering spires of Bryce Canyon. Visit holidayvacations.com. Keyword WTHI for information on how you can attend a virtual travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Are you struggling with debt and considering filing bankruptcy? I'm attorney Rowdy Williams. My firm can provide the dignified solution to your financial problems. Call me today.
Dean's Party Mania.
Locally owned and operated, Dean's Party Mania is your graduation headquarters. Display your graduate loud and proud with our fully customizable yard signs and banners. Don't forget the unique balloon arrangements. And of course, top it all off with decorations in any school color. Let us help you plan a party to remember. Come see us today behind Hope City Center, and remember,
Dean's Party Mania. Now it's a party.
Greenwood Manor is located on Terre Haute's southeast side. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments, laundry facility on site, and a playground. Income limits do apply. Call today for more information.
Coverage you can count on continues with Rick Semler and sports.
Welcome back. IU baseball has the top recruiting class in the Big Ten for 2021. It's a group that features Linton star Josh Pine, who took a different route to the diamond than most.
How about him for your minors?
Linton's Josh Pine is one of the top high school senior baseball players in the state. But believe it or not, the sport hasn't always been his favorite.
You know, most people grow up in baseball, basketball, but I grew up in racing dirt bikes.
Years ago, the Pine family took their sons, including Josh, across the country to race in the Grand National Cross Country Circuit.
Dirt bike racing was
big for us. Our oldest son was a very good woods racer, so naturally Joshua kind of was raised in that. That was what we did on the weekends. So naturally, Josh followed in his footsteps.
The Pines' love for racing turned into a nightmare in January of 2009 when 7-year-old Josh had a bad accident at a race in Mississippi.
I was riding way over my head. When I hit a tree stump, and I whiskey throttled, which is where, you know, I'm falling off the bike, but I'm trying to regather my grip, and I pulled the throttle and I lost control and I hit a tree, you know, and so from there I don't remember anything. I know my brother and my dad had told me that they both circled the track both ways, were looking for me, and when my dad ended up finding me, I bit my tongue nearly completely off. There was about 1/8 of an inch left.
Josh's injury was so serious he had to be lifelined to a top level 1 trauma hospital in Memphis.
We were in the hospital for about a week, and there was a point in time when they told us that he wouldn't talk or eat again due to the injury to his tongue.
After having no idea what his future holds, Pine defied the doctors and the odds, returning to racing just a month later.
Naturally, he proved them wrong. Within about 4 to 5 weeks after healing, we put him back on the track for a race. He won that race, actually won it by a landslide. I don't think there was a dry eye on the finish line, and that was his last race. That's when we told him to find a new sport.
It didn't take long for the competitor and Josh to find his next sport to excel in.
I started playing baseball and I found a love for it, and I had a talent for it. I just had a natural talent for it.
Josh was so good at baseball, he committed to IU his freshman year at Linton before he even played a high school game. It's crazy to think no one might have ever seen that talent.
Had he not had that wreck, I don't know that he would have picked up baseball the way he picked it up. So obviously the path was moved, and that was the path he was supposed to take.
Just like Josh does with curveballs these days, the Pines took what life threw at them 12 years ago and knocked it out of the park with their decision to move from racing to baseball.
Think back when that happened back in '09, and now here we are graduating, gonna go play for a phenomenal program like Indiana University baseball. And again, the path was pivoted, and you know, we're blessed.
News 10 is sponsored by Hudson Incorporated in Jasper and Newberry, Indiana.
Your family puts a lot of hard work and TLC into your house, so it looks great and stays in tip-top condition. Just like you, the CenterPoint Energy team is always hard at work maintaining the integrity of our pipeline system for the continued safe and reliable delivery of natural gas. As members of the local community, it's important for us to keep you comfortable and secure. And thank you for driving safely around our CenterPoint Energy crews around town and in your neighborhood.
Credit unions are just different from other financial institutions. At ISU Credit Union, we embrace being different. Our members enjoy lower interest rates on loans, as well as competitive saving rates on deposit accounts. Come see for yourself why members choose us as their credit union. We're at 444 North 3rd Street or online at isucreditunion.com.
When stimulus money runs out, the job market will flood. Come to Resource MFG and beat the rush. We offer a stimulus check that you can earn every Friday with great businesses. It's a paycheck. Don't be on the outside looking in when the workforce comes back. We need you at Resource MFG.
At Houston, we believe you shouldn't pay too much for general maintenance. Full synthetic oil change, only $39.95, and now a full wheel alignment, only $69.95. Call and make your appointment today because I want to hear you say aye at a Fix at Houston.
News 10 is sponsored by Williams Law Firm, trial lawyers helping seriously injured people.
Sundays are a great time to grab brunch, and a local tradition will allow you to do just that. Sunday brunch at O'Shaughnessy at St. Mary of the Woods campus is coming back Sunday in time for Mother's Day. The campus hasn't had the brunch for the last year and a half.
But if you're looking for a place to take mom or grandma, you may have to postpone celebrating until next Sunday. This is because O'Shaughnessy has sold out already of tickets for this Sunday for Mother's Day.
That's good news. Well, going forward, the brunch will be every Sunday from 10:30 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. You can get tickets online. We've linked you to that on our website. That's WTHI-TV.com.
Sounds good. All right, tonight's Dorset Automotive Weather Quiz brought to you by Dorset Ford and Marshall. The Hindenburg airship disaster was on this day in 1937, and some believe it was caused by lightning. Is that true or is that false? What do you think?
True.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we don't know. There is no proof, but some believe that it was. There were storms in the area. It was quite a disaster. It really was something else. And so here's a look at the Storm Team 10 storm tracker as the showers and thunderstorms continue to move through the region. No watches or warnings in effect right now, though they've been popping up here and there like those little morel mushrooms throughout the course of the afternoon. So I'll continue to monitor that for you. The forecast for tonight, showers and storms, then clearing and chilly. Through the evening hours, however, if you get enough breaks in the clouds, maybe a rainbow, and that would be nice. Tomorrow, a stray shower is possible. All in all, not a bad day. Maybe some rain this weekend.
It's cold, though. My goodness, it's cold. Back to jacket weather.
Let's bump up to those 70s.
Yeah.
That's it for News 10. Thank you so much for joining us.
Be sure and get the very latest by joining us tonight on My Fox 10 and on News 10 Night Watch. Have a great evening.
For the most local news, every newscast, every day, you can depend on News 10. Coverage you can count on.
Today, there are notifications for everything. The laundry is finished. Your mom approves of your new profile picture. Did you know your roof has its own notification system? For example, finding a shingle in the yard or water stains on your ceiling. If you experience a roofing notification, contact Honest Aid Roof, and we can send out a roofing repair technician post-haste. Honest Aid Roofing, the reliable roof.
For over 50 years, Shuey's has been helping people love where they live with the latest in appliances, furniture, and mattresses. Visit one of their showrooms in Greencastle or Brazil for quality products and unbeatable service.
Shuey's Furniture and Appliance, helping you love where you live. Shuey's Furniture and Appliance.
The 32nd Annual Golden Apple Awards is sponsored by Elanco, Clinton Land, Great Dane of Terre Haute in Brazil, Ivy Tech Community College, Meyer, Riddell National Bank, and Sullivan Auto Group. News 10. Coverage you can count on.
Table 6 is still waiting on their dessert.
Can you help me out with that? I got a table full of firemen drinking bourbon like it's coming out of a hose.
Cases hit a 7-month low in the United States as
they saved some
restrictions
rich
ease in
clown's
what was
house
once
and
a
gave him a gift
COVID
certificate.
hotspot.
Oh.
Amusement parks in the Golden State.
Thank you for bringing
Plus,
the
vaccine incentives. Could you get a free manicure, savings bond, or beer just for getting your COVID shot? But the sad news tonight, the true U.S. death toll from COVID is likely over 900,000. We'll explain how.
A lot of people hurt in here.
More misery in India. The country reports more than 400,000 new cases in just one day and breaks a single-day death toll as patients are turned away and die while waiting for oxygen. School bus hijacked. An Army trainee gets on board a bus with his Army-issued rifle and holds 18 children hostage.
Mom, my friends are watching.
New voting restrictions. Florida's governor signs a new law adding hurdles to voting by mail and restricting the use of drop boxes. Rising hate crimes. More shocking attacks on Asian Americans, including a woman hit with a hammer. Tonight, the new action being taken by the FBI. Making history, we're with the first all-female Marine platoon as it graduates from the Corps' rigorous San Diego boot camp. And writing her own ticket, meet a high school senior who was accepted to 29 colleges.
This is the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, reporting from the nation's capital.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We're going to begin tonight with significant and positive new numbers showing a dramatic turn in the fight against the coronavirus nationwide. As we come on the air tonight, the U.S. has reached a 7-month low in new infections of the virus. Hospitalizations and deaths are also down significantly. And in some areas that were once overwhelmed by COVID, including parts of California, vaccinations are so far up and cases so far down, some communities may reach herd immunity. And with the FDA expected to authorize Pfizer's vaccine for children 12 and older in the coming days. Well, today, the Secretary of Education said he expects schools across the country to be fully reopened in September. Still, while infections are dropping, so are the number of people getting vaccinated. In just 1 week, the rate of Americans getting their first shot has dropped by nearly 25%. And tonight, that is forcing cities and states to come up with new and creative incentives, from cold beer to cold hard cash, to encourage vaccinations. We're going to have more on that in just a moment. But first, CBS's Carter Evans is going to lead off our coverage tonight from Pasadena, California. Good evening, Carter.
Nora, good evening. We've just learned that 45% of eligible Americans have received at least one dose of the vaccine. That means it's safer to reopen. And in Los Angeles, they're expanding capacity for bars, gyms, and amusement parks. We are inching closer to normalcy in California.
Remember which restaurant?
Tonight, across the country, cases and deaths plummet to the lowest point in months as reopenings rocket. Los Angeles County now has the fewest restrictions since the pandemic began.
People come and say, thank God you are open. I said, no, thank God you are here.
Just 4 months ago, hospitals here were overwhelmed. In early January, LA County averaged more than 16,000 cases a day. On Wednesday, fewer than 300, a 98% drop. California now has the lowest rate in the nation of new COVID cases, and San Francisco could be on the verge of herd immunity. What does that mean for people in the community?
It means that hopefully we'll be the city that keeps on easing our restrictions. Come to San Francisco. Let's go to an inside restaurant. So it really is a very safe city for COVID-19 with such low cases, high rates of vaccination.
While 41% of the nation's adults are now fully vaccinated, in San Francisco, it's 51%, and almost 3/4 of people there have received at least one dose. And tonight, there are other hopeful signs the country is turning the corner. A new study found Pfizer's vaccine is 90% effective against the UK variant now dominant in the US. And next Wednesday, a CDC advisory panel could recommend Pfizer's vaccine for use in kids ages 12 to 15. Back in California, once a COVID epicenter, now perhaps showing the country the way out.
Even though we're opening up and more mingling, our cases are still staying low. That's what vaccination immunity to a pathogen does.
Could be worse.
So it's working.
It's working. It's going to work in the rest of the country, too.
What? There is also some sobering news tonight. A new study from the University of Washington said there could be about 900,000 or more COVID deaths right here in the U.S. That is 57% more than the official number, and researchers say it's based on an analysis of deaths that were not previously linked to COVID. Nora?
Carter Evans, thank you. Well, the improving situation here is in stark contrast to what's happening in India, where nearly 4,000 new deaths were reported in just the past 24 hours. Many of the victims died because of a shortage of a basic element, oxygen. CBS's Chris Livesay reports tonight from New Delhi.
Hospitals are collapsing under the crushing weight of COVID-19. At the Mulchan Hospital in New Delhi, one of the few able to offer proper treatment and oxygen, its ICU is full and patients are turned away. For many, their last resort is here, a Sikh temple where the anguished, some too weak to get out of their cars, line up for a fleeting sip of oxygen, a charity service no matter the weather.
These COVID patients have come inside seeking shelter from the rain, but much more importantly, seeking life-saving breaths of air. These oxygen canisters are in desperately short supply.
There's no electricity as loved ones fan the sick in the stifling heat. At least they're given a moment of reprieve. For some, it may be their last.
Many people died on the road. I have seen that.
Arvind Kumar organizes the charity.
We are not the doctors. We are just giving the service with the oxygen help only.
He and many others blame this monstrous second wave on recent state election rallies that brought millions to the streets.
The person responsible for this kind of thing, especially the government people, they should be hanged.
Now, demand for oxygen has reportedly grown 7-fold. Here at the Sikh temple, COVID patients continue to come in search of it, just as they have for the past 2 weeks, 24 hours a day. Nora?
Chris Livesay, thank you. Well, in South Carolina tonight, an Army trainee at Fort Jackson is facing multiple counts of kidnapping after hijacking a bus filled with children on their way to school. The 23-year-old who had gone AWOL was carrying a rifle and looking for a way out. Here's CBS's David Martin.
A security camera captured the moment when a runaway recruit from Fort Jackson, South Carolina, boarded the bus brandishing his rifle.
A school bus has been hijacked with kids on it with someone with a gun. And that's what we had this morning.
The recruit, Javon Collazo, was in his 3rd week of basic training and made a reckless break for home. Brigadier General Milford Beagle says Collazo jumped the fence.
His weapon did not have ammunition, but to those in the community, those on the bus would not have been aware of that.
The 18 elementary school students on the bus were more than he could handle.
Kids started asking lots of questions. The suspect got a little frustrated.
He let the kids and driver off and drove the bus a couple more miles.
Left the rifle on the bus. Went through neighborhoods trying to get rides, trying to get clothes.
General Beagle admitted the recruit should never have gotten that far. Recruits have gone AWOL from Fort Jackson before, but never with a weapon. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
And it was a terrifying day at a middle school in Rigby, Idaho. A student pulled out a gun and opened fire, injuring 2 other students and a custodian. All are expected to be okay. The student with the gun was taken into custody. Police are investigating what led to the shooting. All right, tonight the NAACP says it's suing the state of Florida for its new voting restrictions law signed today. President Trump won the state of Florida, but now Republicans are changing the rules. CBS's Manuel Bojorquez reports from South Florida.
This is nice. The strongest election integrity measures in the country. I'm actually going to sign it right here.
It's controversial right down to how Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed the new law, shutting out all media except Fox News, a move he defended. The law limits mail-in voting, restricts the hours drop boxes are open, and requires Floridians to show ID for new mail-in ballot requests, which they now have to do more frequently, every 2 years. Republicans claim it's to prevent voter fraud, but offer no proof of widespread problems. It's a change in tune from what DeSantis said in February.
Florida had the most transparent and efficient election anywhere in the country.
Florida saw record mail-in voting last year, with Democrats mailing in nearly 700,000 more ballots than Republicans. Patricia Brigham with the League of Women Voters of Florida argues the law could unfairly impact certain voters.
These new restrictions are not taking into consideration the disabled, the elderly. We have people of color who are working multiple jobs to try to make a living. It's just clearly voter suppression.
In Texas, the legislature is preparing to vote on similar voting restrictions. Georgia passed its own controversial law in March. CBS News election law expert David Becker.
It's a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. If we all ran elections like Florida did in 2020, our society, our nation would be very well off.
Several groups have now filed lawsuits attempting to stop this law, and the Florida Supervisors of Elections, the majority of whom are Republicans, said in a letter they believe the law is unnecessary and will make voting by mail harder. Nora?
Manny Bojorquez, thank you. Tonight, the FBI is stepping up its efforts to counter the shocking surge in attacks on Asian Americans. They've skyrocketed in the past year as some falsely blame Asians for the pandemic. We get more on this from CBS's Jeff Pegues.
In New York City, police are investigating a hammer attack on an Asian woman that was caught on surveillance video. In Baltimore, a man wielding a cement block attacked 2 Korean women simply trying to close down their store. The number of brazen attacks on Asians is rising across the country. According to the group Stop Asian American Pacific Islander Hate, there have been more than 6,600 incidents from March 2020 to March 2021. Women have been the target nearly 65% of the time.
What's happening to our communities is truly devastating. We know that 1/3 of community members really fear being attacked.
In San Francisco, a suspect has been arrested in connection with an attack against 2 Asian women, including on an 84-year-old. The Alameda County, California District Attorney formed a special response unit to handle the growing number of cases.
We have 78 victims that we're working with just since we put together the unit at the end of January. This has skyrocketed.
Today, the FBI announced that it is increasing the Bureau's anti-hate crime efforts.
I think in some communities there's this reflexive resistance and even a distrust of law enforcement, and that is a barrier that we are trying to break down.
Looking for a new
The FBI says that it is surging resources to combat hate crimes, and that is happening as the Justice Department continues its review of how hate crimes are being tracked. They are often underreported by law enforcement. Nora.
Jeff Begaze, thank you. We're going to turn now to the extraordinary lengths public health officials are going to just to entice COVID vaccine holdouts to get their shots. They're offering everything from beer to concert tickets. Here's CBS's Adriana Diaz.
The man with the bike.
There you go. This beer is compliments of the vaccine. The perk comes with getting a shot this month in New Jersey, one of many incentives nationwide.
Come in with the card. Here's your encouragement.
Vaccinations can get you a $100 savings bond in West Virginia, $50 if you convince someone to get vaccinated in Detroit, and free salon and barbershop services coming soon in Chicago.
We want to bring the party and the vaccine together and really make this an opportunity for people to say, this is easy for me to get this vaccine. Let me take that opportunity right now.
Saturday shots at this Chicago church come with a free ticket to a concert that's for vaccinated people only. What's the role that incentives play?
They push people to make a decision.
Pastor Horace Smith, who's also a physician, says the concert giveaway purposely targets young Chicagoans.
I had to laugh because there's a couple of very popular artists who are going to be featured in Hyde Park, who I don't even know. That's my age. I had to ask my daughter, who is that they're going to have? 1, 2, 3.
Cheryl Combe from Chicago overcame her hesitancy for her family. 3 generations got vaccinated together.
I'm enjoying getting back to life, living, loving, sharing.
And mass vaccination sites nationwide are starting to wind down, like this one outside Chicago's United Center. And that's because the focus is now shifting to people who aren't going out of their way to get vaccinated by providing all these incentives and by now vaccinating people where they are in their communities. Nora?
All right, Adriana Diaz, thank you. Well, tonight, a major step forward for women in the military. A platoon of female Marines is taking its rightful place in history. Here's CBS's Jamie Yukas.
At Domino's, we're more than just classic and
One moment, 100 years in the making. Women are graduating today alongside their male counterparts for the first time ever at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. The recruits of Lima Company are the first platoon of women to go through the vigorous 13-week boot camp, traditionally reserved for men.
When I was told I was going to San Diego and I would be making history, it's something I couldn't pass up.
New legislation requires fully integrated boot camp training in San Diego by 2028. 10 to 15% of all Marine recruits drop out every year. And these women kept the same pace. 53 of the 60 who started made it to the finish line.
You understand? Yes!
Leading them every step of the way, a team of 5 trailblazing female drill instructors, including Staff Sergeant Amber Starosset.
From you, we come in the phone!
It was definitely humbling to be put in that position. I knew how big of a deal this was.
Just before graduation, every exhausted recruit, man or woman, completed the notorious Crucible, which culminates at the top of Camp Pendleton's rugged peak, known as the Reaper.
I knew every single one of them that was up there earned it.
Now they too are the few, the proud, the Marines. Jamie Yukis, CBS News, Los Angeles.
I do know. I'm in the yes game.
How incredibly proud and lucky the Marines are to have them. There's still much more news ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News. Could the Pentagon take action to stop a Chinese rocket from falling on the U.S.? And we want you to meet the high-achieving high schooler that was just accepted to 29, yes, I said that, 29 universities.
After the meeting, I'll be over by the cookies to answer your questions.
With thyroid eye disease, I was always wearing sunglasses to hide my bulging eyes. I wore them just about everywhere. But then, my doctor recommended Tepezza, a prescription medicine for thyroid eye disease, and I didn't have to hide so much.
In a clinical study, more than 8 out of 10 patients taking Tepezza had less eye bulging. And nearly 7 out of 10 saw improvements in double vision. Tepezza is an infused medicine. Patients taking Tepezza may experience infusion reactions. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as high blood pressure, fast heartbeat, shortness of breath, or muscle pain. Before receiving Tepezza, tell your doctor if you have diabetes, inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, or are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. Tepezza may raise your blood sugar even if you do not have diabetes and may worsen IBD such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis.
I look more like my old self again. Now I wear sunglasses because I want to.
Ask your doctor if Tepezza is right for you and visit mytepezza.com to see Jeannie's before and after photos.
Life doesn't stop for diabetes. Be ready for every moment with Glucerna. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand that's scientifically designed to help manage your blood sugar. Live every moment. Glucerna.
When I was little, my mom would take care of me. But since she got cancer from smoking, it's my turn to take care of her.
The people you love are worth quitting for. You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
With Allstate, drivers who switched saved over $700. Saving is easy when you're in good hands. Allstate. Click or call to switch today.
The Ego Select Cut Mower exceeds the power of gas. Customize the cut with an interchangeable cutting system and cut for over an hour on a single charge. The Ego Select Cut Mower, only at Lowe's, Ace, and Ego authorized dealers.
It's just my daughter's boyfriend. He's a
Hey, allergy muddlers. Are your sneezes putting your friends in awkward positions?
I'll make you some coffee.
Thank you. Stick with Zyrtec. Zyrtec starts working hard at hour 1 and works twice as hard when you take it again the next day. Zyrtec. Mumble no more.
And try Zyrtec D for proven relief of your allergies, sinus pressure, and congestion.
I'll just give him a flyer.
Today, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin assured reporters there are no plans to shoot down a Chinese rocket that's falling to Earth. If you had a sharp eye, you could see it as it passed over Washington before dawn. The Pentagon expects the rocket to come down on Sunday, but no one knows where. All right, the sky's the limit for a high school senior in Cobb County, Georgia, named Cameron Stargell. She's been accepted to 29 universities and offered more than $2 million in scholarship money. Cameron had perfect grades, was on the National Honor Society, played multiple sports and violin, and even works at Chick-fil-A. And go Cameron. Very impressive. All right, up next, the clock was ticking. Would a couple get to celebrate the gift of motherhood together?
If you can't watch the CBS Evening News, you can listen. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Sponsored by Oral-B.
Psoriatic arthritis made my joints stiff, swollen, painful.
Tremfya is approved to help reduce joint symptoms in adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Some patients even felt less fatigued.
Serious allergic reactions may occur. Tremfya may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, or if you had a vaccine or plan to.
Tremfya. Emerge Tremfyant. Janssen can help you explore cost support options.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
Here's the thing. How do your clients know that?
Because as a fiduciary, it's our responsibility to always put clients first.
Just a train wreck. So you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. We help clients enjoy a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility.
One that we don't take lightly.
That's all I got.
It's why our fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. Fisher Investments is clearly different.
Hi, I'm Deborah. I'm from Colorado. I've been married to my high school sweetheart for 35 years. I'm a mother of 4, always busy. I was starting to feel a little foggy. It just didn't feel like things were as sharp as I knew they once were. I heard about Prevagen, and then I started taking it about 2 years now. Started noticing, seemed a little sharper, a little clearer, and I feel like it's kept me on my game. I am able to remember things and say, give it a try.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
He could lose his job. Are you thinking?
Have you tried the rugby hold? Let me show you.
Oh, yeah.
So this is baby. So it's like this.
We'll get there.
Oh, you're doing a great job, love.
Certain HPV-related cancers.
You're not welcome here.
Get out of my face.
HPV can cause certain cancers when your child grows up. Get in its way. HPV can affect males and females, and there's no way to predict who will or won't clear the virus. The CDC recommends HPV vaccination at age 11 or 12 to help protect against certain cancers.
Hey, cancer, not child.
Don't wait. Talk to your child's doctor about HPV vaccination today.
So then I said to him, you ought to customize your car insurance with Liberty Mutual, so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, that's a low price. Oh, that is a low price.
Hot dog or chicken? Only pay for what you need.
Our Gloria Estefan exclusive on Joining the Father of the Bride reboot.
When are we ready to go?
We have to do this. Next
At
TV.
Amazon.
Thursday at 7 only on TV 10.
Menards can help you get your car out of the garage and cleaned off this
Our salute
spring.
to extraordinary moms continues tonight with a Mother's Day celebration that almost wasn't. Here's CBS's Jim Axelrod.
The stronger the
Ahlan, ya banat.
Donna Harvey found love in the most unlikely of places 5 years ago, a refugee camp in Lebanon. An optometrist from Virginia, she was volunteering there when she met Mishal Hamoud, a Syrian relief worker. Did you see each other again?
WhatsApp video, WhatsApp chat.
She wanted him to come to the U.S. and get married, but the Trump administration's Muslim ban prevented that.
First time driving in Beirut.
So she went back to Lebanon.
It needed to be done because we wanted to be together.
Months later, this news.
We found out we were expecting.
Due to COVID and better health care at home, Donna left Lebanon to deliver in America. Alone and expecting in April, President Biden's reversal of the ban answered Donna and Michelle's prayers. He got a visa and jumped on a plane, arriving here last month, just in time. Less than 6 hours later,
I woke up and I was like, I'm cramping up. Literally less than 12 hours later.
so the three of you are in a room, and you're all holding your baby within hours of his getting here.
Yeah. It's all still like a dream, honestly.
A Mother's Day dream come true. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, New York.
Contact your local Rhino Linings
Beautiful. All
applicator
right, next,
today.
a son's remarkable gift to his mom and himself.
This portion of the CBS Evening News is sponsored by AstraZeneca. Visit us at AstraZeneca-US.com.
My heart failure diagnosis changed my priorities. I want time for the people I love. My heart doesn't pump enough blood. So my doctor gave me Farxiga. It helps my heart do its job better.
Bye, sweetie.
Farxiga helps keep me living life and out of the hospital for heart failure.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. Stop taking and seek medical help right away. Tell your doctor right away if you have red color in urine, or pain while you urinate, or a genital area infection, since a rare but serious genital infection may be life-threatening. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems or are on dialysis. Other serious side effects include dehydration, sudden kidney problems, genital yeast and bacterial infections in women and men, urinary tract infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
More time with her? Sounds good to me.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
When it comes to wireless, why pay for more than you need? For as low as $20 a month, you can get talk, text, and data from Consumer Cellular with no contract and award-winning customer service. Switch today and get our 30-day risk-free guarantee. Go online or find us at Target.
About you, and I cannot get you out of my mind.
I wish I'd never seen a cigarette in my entire life. My flesh picked it up for something.
No other problems? You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT now.
Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Jen. So this Aveeno moisturizer goes beyond just soothing sensitive skin?
Exactly, Jen. Calm and Restore Oat Gel is formulated with prebiotic oat and strengthens skin's moisture barrier.
I love it. Aveeno. Healthy. It's our nature.
I'm sorry.
New Crest Pro Health Complete Protection kills 99% of bacteria. Plus, it works around and around and around the clock. Crest Pro Health Complete Protection gives you 24-hour protection. Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America. You're clearly someone who takes care of yourself. So why wait to screen for colon cancer? Because when caught in early stages, it's more treatable. I'm Cologuard. I'm non-invasive and detect altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers, even in early stages.
Tell me more.
It's for people 45 plus at average risk for colon cancer, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your prescriber or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you.
I'll do it.
Good plan.
If you wake up thinking about the markets and want to make the right moves fast, get Decision Tech from Fidelity. You'll get proactive alerts from market events before they happen and insights on every buy and sell decision. With zero commission online U.S. stock and ETF trades. For smarter trading decisions, get Decision Tech from Fidelity.
Age-related macular degeneration may lead to severe vision loss.
So the National Eye Institute did 20 years of clinical studies on a formula only found in PreserVision.
If it were my vision, I'd ask my doctor about PreserVision.
It's the most studied eye vitamin brand.
If it were my vision, I'd look into PreserVision.
Only PreserVision AREDS 2 contains the exact nutrient formula recommended by the NEI to help reduce the risk of moderate to advanced AMD progression.
I have AMD. It is my vision, so my plan includes PreserVision.
No payments for 90 days. As one of the top
How can you repay Mom for all she does? Well, how about fulfilling her bucket list? That's tomorrow on the road with Steve Hartman. And if you can't watch us live, set your DVR so you can watch us later. That's tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm Nora O'Donnell.
Has over 20
More news, every newscast, every night. Depend on News 10 at 10 on My Fox 10. News 10 at 10 provides you your first look at the latest information on the day's most important news from where you live and the nation. News 10 at 10 takes you to the scene of breaking local news live. News 10 at 10 helps you plan for the day ahead with the most accurate and reliable local weather forecast. For the most news, every newscast, every night. Depend on News 10 at 10 on My Fox 10. Coverage you can count on.
Tell me this is on sale. Absolutely. And during the Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row, you'll find tons of great savings store-wide. Like the more you buy, the more you save? Right. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend.
Let's save this town.
And financing? How about 7 years, no interest? Doorbusters? Check. What else you got? Free stuff when you spend $29.99 or more.
New series premieres Monday,
Throw in
June
free
14th,
shipping, and you got a
only on
deal.
the CW.